Ooh. Oh, you can't read it.
You can't read them at all.
Is it backwards? Nope, it's the same way.
It notified us that we went live.
So
Hey, you guys, this mug that you can't read, why can't you read it? Oh, there it is.
Moms. The.
Hello, Tiffany.
And Rad Dad.
And Rad. Cheers.
Cheers to the moms and dads.
Cheers to the rinse. We're
They
going to
know what's
hometown.
best. Mom life. Oh, you can't read
This
my hat. It
light
says
is,
mom life.
yeah, this light.
It's bright.
It's bright. It's a bright light.
It's okay.
No, this isn't coffee. Sure ain't coffee. This mama knows best. What's best is champagne.
In the glass.
Okay, it is episode 8. Cheers to hometown.
Hometowns, guys.
Cheers to the parents.
Yeah.
Cheers to the adventures.
I like what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay, so we start off in California with
California.
Garrett.
With Garrett in his agricultural business, aka farmers.
To farmers.
To the farmers.
They,
Oh yeah, you're not doing your job. Also, if you hear children crying, I'm solo parenting right now, so
I'm here.
It's fine. We'll
Rad
just,
dad.
She's the rad dad. I'm the boss mom. So
yes, we're here. I'm here for you.
we're here. Yeah. So we went to hometowns. Garrett took her out to the farmland.
Yep.
And she thinks his tractor's sexy.
It really makes her happy.
There's a song. Y'all know what song I'm singing
Yeah.
in my head, right?
It
She
is a
thinks
song.
her tractor's, no, she thinks it's my
tractor.
tractor sexy. And they
They
had
planted maters.
maters,
They
and they had
planted
Carlos drive the tractor. And quote from Becca, she's smitten because she sees them frolicking through the trees together. Did you catch that?
Of course, I wrote it down.
Oh, yes, I love
Frolicking
when our
through the
notes
trees.
match.
Yes.
She's like, I just picture us frolicking through the trees. And I was like, okay.
I love how he's like, do you not mind getting dirty? And she's like, no, of course not. And then they spend the majority of the time making out on the tractor.
Yes.
It's
Also,
like, that's the kind of
he
dirty
was
she
like,
meant.
could you see yourself doing this? First of all, Carlos is doing that, not you, Garrett, and not Becca. And then Becca was like, yeah, I could totally see myself out here with a beer doing this. It's like, Becca, we don't operate heavy machinery while drinking alcohol.
That's
Girlfriend,
dangerous.
that's
like
going to
rule
break
one.
a lot
That's rule
of
one.
union codes to be out there on the farmland in your giant planter.
I love when they were riding on the front together and it was going like 2 miles an hour. And she was like, beep, beep. Having the best time. Like living
She
her life.
loved it. She loved the tractor pictures. She was like posing for it secretly. She's like, let's make out, but let's also get my good side.
Oh, of course.
So-
Because she knows. That's how
She's good.
Right.
And then they planted.
A rose bush,
rose
which
bush.
was really sweet.
What did y'all think? I thought that was the sweetest because I thought, you know what? If they're the couple, like they'll always have this like rose bush
When
to
he
go
said
back
an
to.
endless supply of roses, like
I kind of fell for that. I was like,
bum,
no,
bum, bum,
no,
bum,
it's cute.
bum, bum.
No, it's
So cute. I loved it.
Somebody
And
plant me a rose bush.
Done. Done.
Rad dad.
Rad dad, rad
Rad
dad.
dad's gonna give me a rose bush.
So then they went to meet his family.
Yes. Well, first he kind of talked about the ex.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. After the rose bush, he needed to like lay some groundwork down. I'm sorry. Where's my mind?
We talked about Sweet X again. She is just.
She sounds
She
like a
is
real
somewhere.
person. She's mad.
She's somewhere watching this show, drinking
We
lots.
need to find out who she is and like follow her on Twitter. She probably live tweets this. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm not crazy.
Or is she? We just will never know.
I hope so.
We will never know. But he definitely mentioned a lot about that the family didn't like her either, and that she like pulled away from the family. So
Which is a big deal. I think he was just like, but don't let that scare you.
yeah,
Like,
they were like, as long as they see no glimpse of the ex in you, you'll be fine, Becca.
no pressure.
You'll be fine, Becca. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I agree, Amanda. I agree. I want to hear it
It's
too.
like all the sides, we don't really know.
There are
And
three.
I'm super interested because, like, sure, he could have been heartbroken, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a small role. Like, I'm not saying she went crazy.
But nobody's perfect.
But, like, I feel like all the shade goes to the ex. So,
yeah.
it's a little bit disheartening. But then we met
His fam.
The family. They were pretty cute.
I liked his family. I felt like they were definitely had their guards up.
Yep.
Because of all his history and his divorce and stuff, and they actually all talked about it. But it seemed
They
like
did.
it was pretty even keel. Like it wasn't anything.
I appreciated how open it was about the
Yes.
divorce. Like nobody was trying to like pretend it didn't happen. Like everybody had their say. The sister was super protective. She got
which is sweet.
she got a little teary eyed.
You could tell he kind of was like, okay, stop crying.
Bring it on down, sissy.
Stop crying.
Maybe-
I'm over it. You should be too. I'm trying to marry someone else.
Maybe my sister had a little bit too much wine at the table. But you know who I'm loving was his little bob cut mama.
I know.
That
She
bob.
was fun.
Okay, and did you notice when he was like cheers, he goes, cheers to being with those who I love and those who I'm falling in love with.
Oh, he laid it in there for the whole family.
And
so
his
there
mom
was
goes,
no,
"Mrrr."
yes,
like
there
those
was no question. Groundwork was laid.
eyebrows went to the ceiling on Mama's face. She was like, I caught that. And so she definitely addressed it. And Mama bared Becca and was like, listen, packing him up was the hardest thing I've ever done. Don't do it. Don't you be hurting my baby. Mom's the boss. Don't mess with
Yeah,
me.
I think it was fast. I felt like it was really fast. It was like they said everything you needed to say and then it was done.
It was done.
Cool.
It was good. Nothing was too awkward. The only moment, did you catch the dad making fun of Garrett for telling his granny, I love you?
No.
At the very end.
No.
Yeah, like little old lady granny who we didn't have a talking role in this whole charade.
She was there.
She was there though.
She was there.
Granny was there. And at the very end he goes, oh, I love you, Granny. And Dad goes, oh, I love you, Granny. I was like,
That's not cute.
Dad, you don't mock people for loving Granny. Uh-oh, Daddy go. But
Not
I think
a rad
the
dad.
pressure of being on TV makes you feel like you need to be funny. Not for me, because I'm
No,
just,
this just comes naturally.
this is
but
just
for everyone
natural.
else.
But there is some added pressure of being filmed. So maybe that just got to him.
It's possible. I mean, nobody's
I just,
perfect.
oh,
so.
boy, oh, that was a little red
It was
flag.
a hot day planting tomatoes, the heat. And
That's a little
I
red
don't know.
flag. And then,
But do you notice though he did not say I love you to her like personally. Like he didn't end the thing with I love
No.
you, and I thought it for sure it was gonna be there.
but I feel like he's kind of done it, right?
He said falling
Falling
in
in
love,
love.
but I thought for sure he would. Most people close the deal at this point.
He's not said, I love you.
No.
Just the falling in love with you.
I thought when he walked her out, it would be for sure. So, but he
That's-
didn't, and we'll see what happens.
Maybe he has, they would have totally shown that.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of a
felt
big
like
deal. It's one
she's
of the
still
big things
really
they look for.
smitten, though.
Oh, of course.
I don't know if she's at the same place as the other guys, but I definitely feel the smitten vibe. So I can't.
I like
there's
them
a difference
together
between
when I see them together.
There's a difference between smitten and being in love, though. So I can't really read her out on is she in love or is she smitten. So because then we move to
We have Jason.
Jason,
Jason.
guys.
I'm like Becca. I'm falling more in love with him every time I see him. Every time I watch a date with him, I'm like, Jason.
Like I can't.
Jason.
Even the hair now. I'm in it.
I'm
I
in
like it now.
I want
I
to touch
wanna-
it. Be his friend.
I want to braid it. I want to cornrow it. I want to love on it. It's
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's starting to grow on me, if you will.
hair pun.
Hair pun.
Hair pun.
Hair pun.
Listen, he's a winner.
Yeah. I love that he took her right away to a chicken eating contest, which is realness.
And do you like how she held the chicken wing?
Like, I love how she pretended she was like, I'm gonna delicately eat this. It was awesome.
And like all of Buffalo was there to like cheer him on, which
as
was
they should
great. But here's the deal. I do not, like when I was like making notes for these hometowns, could not remember where anyone was from, really. Definitely Garrett, I didn't even
No.
know what state. I was like farmlands somewhere in America. Jason, I knew, because he is a proud Buffalo man. He was like, I mean, there's no doubt where these kids were. He's proud of his heritage
No,
in
I
his
loved it.
hometown. So, and they went hockey, and then
Well, I loved when he took her ice skating and hockeying. Is that a thing?
So what, is it ice skating if the skates are different? If they're hockey skates? Is it called something different?
Ice skating, hockeying.
Okay, same diff.
He was amazed on the ice, and he was like being all cool. And I was like, I looked at Sam. I was like, look how hot he is.
I know.
And he was like,
kinda
I get
felt-
it.
You know, like when you were in junior, did you ever go to the skating rink?
Did I go
and
to
like
the skating
hold
rink?
hands with a boy on the skating
Like,
rink?
too
That's why
often.
I had those feelings.
I know. It was
I had
flutter. It was
I had
cute.
junior high skating rink feelings. I was like, all we need is for someone to go play a game of limbo, and we're gonna be.
It's couple skate only.
I was loving it though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm Team Jason.
Well, when any guy gets confident and when he's able to be in his like thing, like it just shines.
Yes.
And I loved it.
And then he talked about his mom and dad, and then his brother and his brother's husband, and it was just
Admiration.
Admiration.
It's
and
amazing.
like having respect for the couples in your life and their family. Like I was living for his family too, meeting his family.
They were my favorite family. Out of all
Yes.
of the families, they were my absolute favorite. They seemed so fun, and they instantly liked her. Her mom
They
was
seemed
like,
fun,
oh,
you
like,
guys.
it's over. I love her.
The other families were great.
I
They
loved
were-
all of them.
I did not have a beef with any families, but there was something about this family that you were like, you're not just gonna like feel the niceness. You're also gonna have fun. Like Christmases are gonna be a hootenanny
Yeah.
with this family.
And it's like I felt like she was already a part of their family.
Me too. Me
So,
too. Oh, Jason.
Just saying.
He might have been my favorite.
Yeah.
If we
no,
could
I-
pick favorites, he was my favorite.
Well, and then when he talked to his brother and his brother's husband, and they were just like, have you told her these things that you're telling us? You're saying you're like wildly, like madly in love. And he's like, no, I haven't. But then he actually just goes and does it.
He does it.
A man who just does it.
He didn't like sugarcoat it.
No.
He didn't say, I think I'm in love with you.
No.
I'm falling. He skipped all the BS. Like the other boys went through the phases, and I don't even know if I agree with those phases. Like, what's it like falling in love versus in love?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these like technical
So many
terms.
tips.
He was like, let's skip the falling in love part because that's just baby's play. Let's go. I am wildly in love with you. I
It was
like,
amazing. He did a great
kiss
job.
me now.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He did
and
good.
He's it for me.
I know.
Can I put in my pick? That's my pick. I'm just saying.
He would be mine if I was Bachelorette, but I don't know because then we went to Blake's date.
Yeah.
And
Blake did good.
Blake did good. He's not my favorite. He's not my favorite, but it seemed like he's Becca's. I don't know. Something about
She said twice now that she wants
She
to
said-
reciprocate the feelings
she said that.
of being like in
And I
love or
don't-
falling in love or whatever.
I know. She wants to say it.
I don't know. I feel like honestly, what some of this is going to come down to is
Tell me.
what her winter wear is going to be.
Do you have the clothes to withstand Colorado? Is what we need to know because
Are
those
you
little
looking at-
booties, those aren't gonna
They won't-
work.
So I feel like not the whole decision, obviously, but like some of it, like because her style was so different.
If you could get the proper footwear, you could possibly make it work with Blake or Colton. But until then, there's a safety issue
just
and a fashion issue.
Yeah.
Safety and fashion until she like works this out.
I just wanted to throw that out there because that was really important to me to throw out there for her to think about.
And she looks good in a romper.
She really does, and that might not be like a thing all the time.
It might not be Colorado wear. Romper wear is more Cali. So that purple romper. She got them legs.
Girl, for days. So they went to his high school.
Yes. And at first, I was like, this is a bad sign.
Well,
Who
what do
takes
you think?
when you're an adult?
But here's the thing too. When he said on the last date, that's like where like the hard stuff went down. Like that's where his
Yes.
mom like went with another guy.
A teacher, right?
A teacher and his coach and his,
Yes. And then why are we here at the scene of the crime?
I didn't realize that there were so many good memories attached and stuff you wanted to share with her.
And then there was the story of the school shooting.
Which
and
is very
then
serious.
Suddenly it made sense to me on why
Sure.
we were at the high school. Because at first I was like, you can't live in your glory days. That's a bad sign. A guy who's taking you back to high school. Like, have you done nothing since high school? Do you have no friends? Your only friends are your teachers from high school? Like,
we go with.
I need you to move on. Like, I don't know how old Blake is. And she was like, he makes me feel like a kid again. I was like, because is he a kid? I don't know.
How many girls has he made out with in this reading class?
I know. I was like, this is not my favorite place
Yeah.
to take someone to like show who you are. Like, because please tell me you've grown up since high school or we're in trouble. But then when he shared the story,
It all made sense.
I was like, we're here because that did really impact
Absolutely.
him.
Absolutely.
And it's better if you say it from within the school because then you have the setting to be more dramatic for TV as well versus like at a park. It wouldn't have been the same.
No,
So-
and I think it did like form part of who he was, so I totally get it.
No, yeah, it made sense suddenly, the school. So, and then
They met his family. So I was instantly trying to figure out who everyone was. Was that just me? I was like, okay, so is she still with the coach? Are they all in the same room? There were two grown men. I'm like, they're sitting next to each other.
Who was who?
I'm not good at math, but I was like multiplying. I was trying to figure it out.
There didn't seem to be the right number of people. Who was who?
I don't know. But they did introduce mom and dad.
Yeah.
But then there were other people, and I was like, oh.
Who's coach? Where's coach? I know where Coach Blake was. My Coach Blake, but where is Coach? I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but evidently they're all amiable. Like,
yeah.
So.
Well, and his mom, every time she was starting to talk about like Blake's hurt, I thought she was gonna open up about her stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I've seen a lot about Blake, and I was like waiting for her to talk about.
Also, what was interesting was he said, how did he say? Like, I'm crazy for her, or I'm in love with her. She goes, that's crazy. Did you catch that?
You catch the details. You're amazing.
She literally out of her mouth was like, that's crazy. Like, but then she was like, okay, I guess. I mean, I'm in your court. But she genuinely was like, oh, that's crazy. Y'all be crazy. This show be crazy. So I'm loving the mamas. The mamas are not.
They were all like really protective, but not scary.
Not scary protective, but I felt like the appropriate amount of skepticism. Like, we are on a TV show and this is crazy. Yeah. And I need to raise my eyebrows a lot. All the mamas did that. So.
But I'm gonna hug you too.
But I'm also gonna hug
wrap my arms around you and support you.
Mama eyebrows are up, but mama arms are up. My eyes and arms. That's the mama way.
Ooh. That was it.
The mama way.
The mama way.
So, we got the mom's approval of that one. Also protective, but mom's approval. And then that was about it.
I mean, all of them seemed really even keel. Like, nothing too crazy.
Although, Dad's seemed a little protective as well. This dad was also telling Blake, like, are you sure you're ready to do this again? Like, this would be another heartbreak. And I was like, Dad's nervous. And Mom mentioned he had panic attacks. Like, evidently it was a worse breakup than we thought. Like, he had mentioned it was a hard breakup, but now I'm kind of thinking, is he ready?
Well, when she was like, he was like, oh, he'll never find love again. And I was like, stop saying that out loud.
Yeah. You're throwing your son under the bus.
You're making him look like he's not ready.
Shh, Mama, shh. Shh, Mama, shh. Anyway, so that was it, right?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we forgot that he made a concert for her.
Oh, with her favorite band. Musician. I forgot her name.
I want to say Betty Boop.
Betty Boop.
Betty.
Somebody help us.
Somebody.
We are digging.
But she was like,
she was great though. She was good at performer.
She was good, and Becca was singing.
Becca was singing every word and jamming and smiling and living her best life.
So she actually likes this girl. So it's different than when ABC just brings on these people that nobody knows, and Becca's like, Becca was like, oh, I know her. Like, yeah. So I was like, I'm sure Blake really didn't have that much to do with it.
I mean, he might have mentioned it.
Maybe she has told him that she likes her, and so he told the producers. I don't know.
I mean, it was too on the money to be like coincidence, right?
Right.
Somebody.
I don't know. Nah, it's interesting.
But
Betty who? Who? Like,
I'm like,
is
that
Betty?
like, are you answering me or are you asking?
Are we asking who is Betty? Or Betty who? That was her name though.
That feels right.
Thanks, Mimi Lee.
On point. So then we wrap it up and take it over to Colorado again.
Only 50 some odd miles away.
Yeah, so when she said later, like, I think like, they don't do it in that order. They just save Colton for last. Like,
they needed it.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to go out of Colton and then come back.
Yeah. Because it was in Colorado. So it was just like a hop and skip. Like, she could date them both. Yeah, which will help with her weather decision. Yeah. So, I mean, she could just keep both of these guys. Make, multi-family. Polygamy. Whatever.
Next gen.
Okay. You're like, next topic.
No, I just... You're hilarious.
I am not saying. All right.
So Colton took her to the shopping not for herself, but for the children's hospital.
Yes, and he seemed very insecure in all decisions. This or this, this or this. Yeah.
Which was, I mean, maybe he doesn't shop for girls, like little girls very often, but it was sweet. It was like, it was a sweet activity.
Yeah, and then they went to the children's hospital.
And they, hung out with those kids, and that was really cute. It was a fun time, and I feel like you really got to see like where his heart was.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, that's his
appreciate.
organization, and he does for his niece, right?
Yes.
Niece or
No,
cousin?
little cousin.
Little cousin, which I think that's good for him.
Yeah, no,
Kudos.
I thought it was really great.
Kudos, Colton.
Yeah, I liked it. It was it was
But
fun.
I didn't feel like, I kind of felt like their spark was gone a little bit.
Yeah, it was like two kind of friends. They didn't have like that whole chemistry. Like
Which
you
is
saw
weird.
chemistry on every single
Because
time.
I felt like previously there was so much chemistry, but I wonder if it was the Virgin announcement that kind of.
Well, and you could kind of see when he kind of was leading into going to visit his family. He was like, so not only am I still a virgin, but I've never brought anyone home to meet my family. And she was just like, looked deflated. Like, it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. And I think that's interesting because, like, does that mean, I know he meant like formally, but it's just kind of interesting. Like, I don't know.
She even used the word, like, not inexperienced, but like,
Yeah. They don't even know how to act. His family probably doesn't even know how to act. Oh, we gotta. We just got a low battery warning, so we're gonna make this the best last 10 seconds. I'm not kidding. Okay, so Colton confessed to her though. Colton's family.
yeah.
Mom was still good. Loving mom. Dad was very protective.
Which was really good. He gave good advice too.
He's like, if you're not feeling it, let's just go ahead, like wrap it up.
Well, and I like that he asked her even like, hey, what about your stuff with Ari?
Yeah.
Like, I like that he just was straight to the point with that.
And Becca was straight to the point. A way to ask the mother about your son's virginity.
She looked so awkward, but she looked when Colton was telling his mom like, "Oh, I'm still a virgin." She was trying to act all cool, like, "Oh yeah, of course." But then she
I was like,
Becca, she's like, "We don't talk about that."
I don't think I knew that. Like, I don't think I knew that about you. I think I assumed you were a professional football player and weren't.
And
so now
I don't like to think about that. 'Cause I'm your mom. But she played it off to him really
did so
she's
good.
like,
I was applauding that mom. She's transitioned well from the mom to the mom friend, you know, that role. Also raised the eyebrows and in for the hug.
Perfect.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a sequence of dents.
Yes. And then that was it for Colton. And then we get to go to the ladies' brunch.
Yes,
Or
all
whatever.
her besties are there. Her bachelorette besties.
Bachelorette besties. These are not her besties.
Yeah.
So, they came in for really one reason only, but they couldn't just bring Tia because that would be weird.
It's too much. It's too quick.
So they brought all of them
Segued.
so that it didn't look as awkward. Becca's going through like, I had a date with this guy. I had a date with this guy. Colton.
Tia.
Camera on Tia.
She looks like she's trying to hold it together, and she can't anymore.
Yeah, she can't hold it in, so she needs a second with Becca.
Yeah.
So they escape to the balcony. And because we've done this for you before, we understand the need for us to break this down for you. So we're going to reenact the Becca-Tia conversation.
With what they were really saying.
This is what was really going
We're
on.
really reading between the lines
Because you
here.
can watch it and know what happened on TV, but we're going to tell you what really happened.
Yeah. So I'm
okay.
gonna read my notes here.
Okay,
Sorry.
we got notes. We're good like this.
Can we talk for a second?
Oh, yeah. Let's step out.
Obviously, this is really hard for me because your happiness is weighing on me. Yeah. Can't. I'm super happy when you talk about all the guys, but I'm insanely jealous when you get to Colton. So I'm hoping that because I wasn't actually able to be the Bachelorette and try to like win Colton, I'm hoping that you'll let him go.
Yeah.
Obviously we only went out once, right? So I know that. But I feel like I've got a real chance. And even though this journey is about you finding love, I just thought before I left, I would just make it a little harder on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't really like him, but I like how he looks, right? And so, like, this is kind of hard on me because I asked you if I could, like, make out with him and pursue this makeout opportunity for a while, and you said you were okay with it. So, I mean, I asked for your honesty, and I'm all about honesty. Like, I say that line every episode, is that's what I'm about, is honesty. And I just feel like now you've been dishonest with me.
All I want is your happiness.
Yeah.
But not with Colton.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna probably have to sit on this ledge for a while
Yeah.
and ponder out into the sun and make it look like this is a hard decision for me and that I'm really contemplating our friendship. So could you give me a second so I could pretend and have some moments of pondering of friendship and make myself look like a really well-rounded person here, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk about you inside with all of our friends.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend to care.
Okay.
Thanks.
And scene.
Here.
That's what happened.
That's what really went on, in case you were wondering.
So you're welcome for that. And that was really the end of that.
Yeah. So and then
Girls are mean.
girls are awesome.
Up here.
They're mental games. Okay. So then it was rose ceremony.
But not before Colton goes and talks to Chris Harrison.
Because sometimes you need sex advice from Chris Harrison. Oh, you know, his producer was like, you should go ask Chris Harrison if you should go to the fantasy
It's
suite.
the best TV. I could
Like,
tell.
what does Chris Harrison have to do with that? Like,
He was using his best acting skills. He
was
tapped
like-
into that and was like, "Don't laugh. Do not laugh at this man. Do not laugh at this man."
I mean, he's like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, he's like, I feel like as a man, that's a decision between you and Becca.
Like, why are we talking about this? If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being
Relationship state 3, you, me, and Chris Harrison.
Chris needs to know. Chris needs to know. If it's gonna work, you gotta talk it out.
Chris is like, let's see if you're even here after this, homeboy, okay? Let's just see if you're even here.
I heard Tia's got some issues.
For
So,
real.
yeah, and then it ended up being a moot point. We found out
Yep. Colton
Colton got the
was
boot.
gone. But in the words of Becca, it was not because of anything Tia said.
No.
Remember?
No.
There was obviously a little bit of turmoil before.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
event,
like we
but,
said, their
like,
chemistry
icing on the cake.
was like whatever. And then when Tia said that, and it makes Becca look like an awesome friend,
Mm-hmm.
rose before hose kind of friend. Wait, no, that's what guys. What
Bros, girls, sisters before misters.
sisters before
And
Mr.
roses before broses. No.
No, that's
Friends.
Someone
fine. I
hashtag something good
I
there
don't
for
know.
us.
I don't know.
Anyway, all I gotta say is I loved all the moms. This was the episode of Moms Are the Best.
Mom power.
Mom power, loving them babies through The Bachelor. I mean, through The Bachelorette. And I also love Jason. And
Yeah. No, I do too.
I don't know
It's
if
my
he's
favorite.
gonna win or if if he's not, I want him to be the next Bachelor.
I have feelings about it.
You do? I know there's like a hashtag Wills for Bachelor, but I feel like we should like trump it right now and say, Jason.
For Bachelor.
Jason. Okay, y'all let us know. Next week we're going to,
Thailand.
or as her notes say,
I think I misspelled Thai, first of all. And then second of all, it's Thai band.
it's like Thai band. I was like, where are they from? Fun fact, John and me have been here. So,
Ooh.
I mean, I don't remember much.
Pull out
but-
the stories and
But
share.
I'll bring some like stuff to share.
Yeah, it's only fair I did share my Kong story.
So good times in Thailand. I
All right.
can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be awesome, and we need you to like this one,
Share it.
share this one, and not just this video of mom goodness, of the motherboard of goodness, but you need to like our page, or you won't
Yes.
get notified when we go live, and that's
Yes.
sad.
We just want you to be a part.
We just
of
want you
our
to get
time.
notified, and so cheers to the parents in our
Cheers to the
lives.
parents. Oh, two
No,
friends. Rad
it doesn't
Dad
even
and
show up. How do you
Mom's
make
the
it show
boss.
up?
There it is. Shade it.
Oh,
No shade,
no.
but shading it.
I don't know. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.